Welcome to Airbnb Success. My name is Trang Nguyen, and today we're going to talk about Model 3, which I am going to show you how to maximize your revenue and make the most out of your space to create the most money as possible for yourself. Okay, so in this session, we're going to talk about several options that can help you to maximize your incomes. The first one, we were looking at finding the perfect price. So we will determine which price is the best price for your space, and which one will be your minimum and which one will be your maximum, and what is your place actually worth. We also check out the competition and looking into all the perks and the add-on of your space. And of course, you got to know your limit in this as well. So you can also determine the price of your listings based on the special event, holidays in your area, depend on the seasons. Then we will look into different price strategies. We have 4 strategies that we can discuss about, which give you a lot of flexibility and option to choose. Right. Okay. And then we're looking at utilize your calendars and adjusting your price accordingly. Okay. And then we're looking at power up the listings, how to boost your listings with several options, and also looking at different type of payments you got to receive from Airbnb. Either you go for PayPal or you go for the bank transfers. There is a pros and cons of each one. We will discuss about that, so you will decide. You have all the information needed to decide which one is the best option for you. And then we're looking at cleaning, because it will also increase your income as well, believe it or not. Yeah, cleaning, that is, if it work well, your rental place or your listing will be able to increase the price over time. And lastly, in the maximize revenue session, we were looking into remove order and maintenance. And don't think the way that if you don't do cleaning and you give it to someone else, you have to pay more. No, it's actually work opposite. If you want to maximize your revenue, you got to systemize everything and offset the work you spend hour to someone else, so that you can work on to what you're doing best and increase your price over time and increase the quality of your service to your guests. That will also push your price up higher and higher. Okay, now looking at the first one, finding the perfect price. Okay, so you got to looking at what is your place actually worth. People often have a difficult time finding the right price for their space. So some people might think that it is price too low, or am I overcharging? Will people pay this much? Now stop and relax, because there is no easy answer to this question, but let's approach it from a new angles and see what we can come up with. Okay, the first one is looking at all the expense that you pay out, all the basic expense that you pay out for your place, such as how much is your rent or your mortgage. Okay, the logical place to start is to look at your monthly rent or mortgage payment and then divide that is by 30 to find a rough nightly rate. So that's simple, right? That will at least give you somewhat of basics ground. Okay, and then you can start looking at how much is your bill that you normally pay per month by yourself. And then yes, if you have guests, then that will adding up. But it won't be much. So just look at how much is the bill that you normally pay by yourself, and then add it into the mortgage, and then divide it by 30. So you can have a roughly how much per night you would like to receive, the minimum you would like to receive in order to for you to cover all the mortgage and the bills. And you can also check out your competitions, whether you realize it or not. You are actually in the competition with hotels, hostel, campgrounds, and all other Airbnb listing in your area. So you already have an awesome profile description and eye-catching photo, but you will need to price competitively to stand out from the crowd. So do a quick research to see what all the listings are going for in your neighborhood, okay? So it will be easy if you in a city, but if you're in an area without much Airbnb activity, it won't help as much, I'm afraid. But the goal here is to be in the same range as other listings. You can start by checking a comparable price or rent price in your area and use this as an anchor point. And if you can't find a comparable size, use the hotel. Looking at the price they charge and head booking, that is the minimum you can get, okay? And look at what they're offering for what they charge as well. There are some perk and add-on that we can looking at for your price, such as does your place have a washer, dryer, a table, or fancy linens, free fruit baskets, that is a perk, and a bottle of wine for each guest staying. Or if you feel like you're offering additional things that the other lack, and don't be ashamed to charge more for them, alright? Do guests actually get access to a parking spot or additional garage storage or communal space? Those are things that would cost them extra if you want to include them. So there is no problem considering them when setting your price, okay? You can start slow and then aim for higher price. When you first starting out, you should be focusing on getting your first guest and more important, your first positive review. But sometimes this means you need to lower your price to undercut the competition. Okay, let's face it. Some people are going to be looking for the cheapest ever accommodation possible. And if you choose, yours can fit into their bills. Okay? Now there is no need to be ridiculous. But if you see all other listing at £100 per night, you should try posting yours at £75 to see if that attracts guest attention. And then once you get a few guests, you can start to gradually raise your price at the market demand. Looking at the special event and holiday in your area, I mean, we don't want to rip people off, but it's a good idea to adjust price for weekends, special event, and holidays. The hotel they do that, right? So all the hotel in every part of the world, they always look into okay, what available here this week, this area or in my area, the other area that actually is gonna get booked, and people will start looking into my area, you know. So we can do the same. Why not, right? And luckily, Airbnb make this super easy with their pricing tools and their advanced pricing calendar. So you can adjust pricing by on season, rate the price for all weekends, or manually adjust pricing for times when you know there are special event or conferences going on in your city. Season, you got different price as well, like In summer season, you got the most, and in August, you got the most highest price. Um, for your list, you can put the most high price for your listings. And then toward, let's say, April, May, October, November, you can go down to the average or the lowest price that you can offer the guests in order to get booking. Okay, but know your limit, because one of great things about Airbnb is that it's an ecosystem that virtually govern itself. That means the supply and demand will dictate the pricing of the service. So if you raise your price and people are still willing to pay and everyone wins, no. But if your listing isn't getting the traffic after a price hike, you may have raised it too high. Okay, and go with your gut. I mean, at the end of the day, you need to set a price that you feel comfortable asking. It needs to feel like a reasonable account that you would want to pay yourself. It should also be an amount is enough to cover your cleaning, planning, worrying, stress. Because if you're putting in a ton of work trying to waste your place, to make your place immaculate and magnificent, you want to have something to show for it monetarily, right? So don't be ashamed to ask for an amount that you feel properly compensates to you. Next, we go into look at all the price strategies. The beginning pricing strategy is very crucial to your success, because it will guarantee for your place to work or not. And I have 4 strategies that will work every time, every place, every space, every season. Okay, and you can start by taking a comparable property rental in your area. Use this as an anchor point. And if you can't find a comparable, then use a hotel. If you can't find any comparable, just look at what a 1 bedroom charge on an average. Let's assume a 2 bedroom will be like 75% more and an extra 35% for each bedroom after. Okay, then we will have strategy 1: match the quality and beat the price. This is when you bridge the gaps between your property and your area area rental price, and then lower the price. You can provide the same amenity and with better price, and this will guarantee your booking. Okay. For the second strategy, you can offer more and charge the same. You can copy all the other rental property in the area amenities and add more on it, then charge the same. You can add amenities that is obvious or not very obvious. Okay, the market reaction is in Airbnb is slow, meaning you can beat out your area hosts and they are very slow to respond. So you want your space and price to own the most space. And like the price is right, you want to price your listing where it has the most space. For example, if someone has a property in your area for £100 and £200, you want to aim for the price categories that going to get the most bookings. So if you list a £100 property, that's better than the £200 property. You're going to get every booking that interests in the 100 to 150 to 200 range, and potentially some other looking for £200 plus range. Okay, so Airbnb property are added and removed constantly, so don't expect that this is going to happen to you as well. All right, you will have to make adjustment down the road, but on this system I show you, it could take years before you just spot a challenge by someone. Okay, right? If those strategy not working for you, then strategy 3 you can use is offer whatever is missing. The smaller markets and areas often have missing categories and amenity, so you can try to position your property in the area that missing, and that will make your listing stand out. Definitely. The last and the most important one is strategy for hotel strategies. Okay, when you in doubt of all the above strategies, hotel strategy will work well for you, right? And actually, it's work for any listing, to be honest. You can base your price off of the hotel around you, then use their nightly rate for one person. Watch for seasonal fluctuation as well, okay? If you match a hotel's amenities and are cheaper, I guarantee you will get bookings. And if you exceed a hotel amenity and quality and charge the same price, I guarantee you will get booking. Doing it, you can look into hotel price and then do the calculations and price up your listings. Okay. Look onto Orbit, Expedia, or Travelocity, or Hotels.com. You can base your price off of the hotel around you, and then use the nightly rate for one person, and then calculate for yours one. And of course, you have to match the amenity as well. If you match a hotel amenity and a cheaper, your booking will go through every day. Okay, make your property an obvious choice when people compare it to the hotels, okay? And of course, it'd be better if you undercut the hotels because you will get all of the booking from the hotel instead. Another way to maximize your revenues is to utilize your calendar. Pay attention to your vacancy and update your price as the vacancy gets closer. You can raise the price if you are confident it will get booked, or lower it if you think you are not. All right. The more active you are with price fiddling, the more booking you get. So you can base on Airbnb suggestions and log into Airbnb calendar every day to increase or decrease the price of the following week, the following month. Because the more you fiddling with it, the more you get booking. Because the way Airbnb looking at your site is how much response or how much guest inquiry you have, how much activity going on in your site, how much review do you have, how much adjusting and fiddling and changing on the space of your Airbnb account having, then they will up your listings. Okay. So Airbnb checks on how often you update and check your calendar. So if you don't plan on update your calendar daily, you should at least open the app on your phone up once a day and toggle around with it. Okay. If you have a day that you know you want to book out, and it's not booking, try setting it as cost, which means lowest price ever that you can accept. Okay, a good review is as good as money, so remember that one, and treat your guests as kings or queens. I will also show you the next one to boost your listings. Airbnb secretly track your ratio or inquiry to booking. So what you got to do, if you really want a flood of booking, try to book every person, and you can negotiate with guests to get your booking to approve. Okay, you won't get everyone book, but if you try, you can get a really high ratio. You notice quickly how high your listing rise in the search ranking Okay. The Airbnb is a business after all, and they want to send views to people who book. So became their golden goose properties, and you will see the great growth in your inquiries. We go into look at different type of payment that you want to accept from Airbnb. There's only two type of payment, to be honest, either by bank account or PayPal account. You can set it up on your payment site. With the bank account, you have they will pay into your bank after the guest book and arrive at your place. So after they done check in, if you want Airbnb to pay to your account, then they will pay the full booking amount, of course, deduct Airbnb fee, and that will go straight into your bank account 3 to 5 business working business day, and that is the only disadvantage of bank account. You have to wait for it to pay into your account, and but then you can also set the minimum payment to your account, so it doesn't have to pay in every day or every other day of, let's say, £10, £20, £30, £50. You can set up to like £2,000, and then everybody will pay at once when it reach to that amount. Okay, with PayPal, I don't think you can set to that amount, but with PayPal, you will be charged if you want to withdraw money. So Airbnb will pay to your PayPal, but if you want to transfer those money into your bank account, then you will get a charge from PayPal. But the benefit of it is you will receive the payment a day after your guest arrived. So you can looking at what is your situation or what are you happy with at the moment to do to receive the payment. I am using my account at the moment because I'm in no rush to receive money from the guests, because sooner or later Airbnb had to pay anyway. And then I also pay out for the cleaner and contractor through the bank account. But if you are happy to pay your cleaner and contractor through PayPal, then you can just keep your money in PayPal account. You don't have to transfer it out unless you because you want the money into your account afterwards monthly. Okay, so it is flexible depending on whatever you're happy to go with. Cleaning will increase your bookings. Believe me, this is true. I experienced this so many times. Okay, if you have three consecutive complaints on about your cleaning, or people doesn't rate your cleaning as good, you will facing the chance of Airbnb close your listings. All right. So the cleaning is crucial, and keep it at your Airbnb peril. All right. The cleaning is very, 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 very important. A stray of hair can ruin your rental, and it is all that takes. Even your place is clean, bright, shiny, but if the guests check in and see a piece of hair on the bed, they will just think that the whole place is a fake, and it's just as dirty as the hair is. Okay, so do notice for all of anything related to the bed and the shower itself. You got to keep them clean. I mean, with every £50 increment in rental price, the standard for cleanliness will rise sharply. So make sure, if you hire someone who can clean it, then make sure they spend much longer than you think it will take. Because 1 hour should be enough time for 1,400 square feet room. Okay. If you are not only cleaning it, you are detailing it. You need to organize and arrange with the idea of presentation. At first, this level of cleanliness will be daunting, but after you do it a couple times, it's become mindless. So think about using a cleaning service because they have a quality control layer. And the worst, you can at least get your money back for bad cleaning, right? Okay. So you remember that you are competing with the hotel around you. So see how the hotel quality cleaning is. You're going to match that or even better than that. If you create your cleaning checklist, or actually, check out the site later because I have the cleaning checklist for you. And you can base on this to, after done the cleaning, then you can go around and check them off. Or after your cleaner done the cleaning, you can go around and check it off. So basically, like double check what they done. Removing all the maintenance is really what makes Airbnb worth it for your effort and for your money. So get a cleaner and pay them extra. Cleaning is the worst part about Airbnb process. I know you won't mind much when you first start because you're still excited and wanted to do everything and wanted to make sure things are right, things are perfect. But eventually, you will fed up with do cleaning every single day, especially if you are a man. Women love cleaning, that is fine. If you're a man, you will fed up after a week of cleaning your space every single day. And you won't have, some of you won't have eye details. Yeah, as well, so that is not good. Um, yeah, so after 10 or 15 guests that you're checking in, just looking at start getting a cleaner over or pay for your cousins or some of the youngers in your family for them and teach them, show them, instruct them how to clean properly, and then just pay them our money, that would be good as well. You can set up your guests on self check-in so you don't have to be there all the time. Part of this I will show you later of how to do this. You have several options, either provide the key lock, the key outside for the guests to pick it up upon their arrival and send them the instruction, or you will have people check the guests in for you. Okay, and guests are surprisingly okay with you doing this, and you can also make it quirky by adding the guest check-in note in their room or inside the flat upon their arrival without you being there to check them in. And remember to give the guests instruction on acquainting themselves with the space, the area, and anything in your place. You can also copy and paste the instruction for check-ins if you rent out your entire space. Okay, that'd be easy bit for you to do. Most people who stay the entire space, they tend to stay more than 2 days. So that will likely to be you pay less cleaning as well. Because you don't have to send cleaner over every day to clean the place unless if the guest asks for it, then you better offer them. You can set up a guidebook in your apartment to explain each feature in your space, and then get an assistant to do the list of tasks running around for you upon check-in or any emergency that you need them to do. Not an emergency, but anything that you can offset to someone. To think about all the things that you can offset to someone, and then sit there and check your account and check money coming in every month. Okay. Have a friend in town who has a key is great for lockout situation, which happen constantly in my place. All right. and provide the guest emergency contact in case they can't get through to you. Or if you actually rent your space out while you're on holiday, then yes, it's the best way to have a friend in town or your neighbor, for example, next door to you who has a key. Um, then if guests been locked out without the key, they can contact them. And another emergency contact, so your neighbor one and another emergency contact. Don't get your boss, that's not a good idea. But get your friend, your relative, close by, neighbor, maybe one more neighbor, not neighbor, to help you with, in case anything happen. Now give them all the access details to your place, and because they got to be in your place before to know what actually going on in your space, how's the kettle work, how's the microwave work, in order to show the guests in case they are oblivious and couldn't make the microwave work, or if the boiler just stop working, for example, then they have guests actually have someone to reach to in case they are unable to reach you. That is for all the way to maximize your revenue. So let's go about and doing your set your perfect price and then keep checking on your account daily, alright? Fiddling and play around with it. If you haven't had any booking or have still a lot of empty place, space, empty date, then don't worry about it. Because if you keep doing what I'm showing you, then eventually you get the whole month filled with whole with the next couple of months also filled as well. Okay, and I see you in the next one in model 4. Have a great day. Bye.